Hello and welcome to the Fearless Knitter podcast. This is episode 40 and today is September 9th, 2013. My name is Courtney and you can also find me as Stitches Please on Ravelry and Plurk. I look extremely pale. I don't know why. The lighting kind of sucks now because by the time I record it's getting dark already. Or not dark, but the sun is not on this side of my house anymore. What did I do this week? Nothing. I did nothing, and I feel like I have no progress to show in my knitting at all, which is kind of weird. Because I feel like I knitted a lot, but apparently I didn't. Alright, so I just got up and had to move one of the cat's toys because it's really loud, and I'm out of breath doing that. Oh, the joy of being pregnant. One little movement and you're like alright, I have a finished object. And another thing with pregnancy, you get this baby brain where you forget everything. Or I do, at least. I finished this last week after I finished recording, and I went to block it, and then I was like, I'll block it on the weekend. And this weekend I didn't do nothing, but both me and my husband's stomachs were both weird. Like, they weren't, we don't know what was going on. Mine started Friday, I didn't feel too great, and then Saturday I felt better, but then by the evening I was exhausted, and then Sunday I felt like bleh, all day. And if my stomach is not 100%, my whole body's like, let's go to bed. So I forgot to block this. It's the Hogwarts Express by Susan Ashcroft. I knit it out of Dream in Color Smooshy with Cashmere in the Watering Hole colorway on US 5 3.75mm needles. And it doesn't look very big right now because, I mean, this has to be blocked. It's all bunched up. And I don't know if I should have done yarn over this right here. This is really, really tight. We'll see. I don't really know how I'm going to block this because of the owls. Obviously, I want the owls to stay like that. But I used these black, grayish, shiny beads. And I really like how it turned out. It's so soft. I love Dream in Color. The regular Smooshy is really good. I used that before on my Daybreak. But the cashmere... Ooh, so fancy. That 10%. Alright. So pretty. I really like the pattern. I knit the whole thing continental except for the cables. Anytime I got to a cable row, I turned back into my old thrower, flicker, English style knitting method. Alright, whips. I have a lot of whips. First is my Tiddlywinks. That seems to last forever now that I'm at the hood. I'm knitting that out of Knit Picks Comfy Fingering in Marlin, Ivory, Flamingo, and Honeydew on US 2 2.75mm needles. It's gonna look kind of odd, but with the orange markers, that's what I knit. So it looks like it has this ginormous collar, but that's the hood. It actually is going to, you know, flip. So it is so adorable. I finished the body, joined the sleeves, seamed everything up under the underarms already. There's this random pink strand. I don't know where that came from. I just have the hood to go and pick up for the button band. It's not really a button band. The collar, I don't know what you call it when it's not a button band. What do you call it? I don't know. I mean, it's gonna have snaps on it, but not buttons. It's not a collar. Whatever. This is called. You pick it up all the way from the bottom around the hood. Or I will, not you. And that is by Nina Isaacson. And I'm knitting the 12 months old size. Next is my Bonnie which I really barely knitted on this week, I know that, by Emily Wessel from Tin Can Knits, and it's out of the Handmade in the UK book that I love. And I'm using Highland Handmaids black cherry lace in the granite colorway, and I'm knitting it on US 4 3.75 millimeter needles. What the heck? I split for the front and the back, and it tells me to put them on holders. I just kind of just ignored it. It's there. It seems to work. So this is where my markers, I did not even an inch. There was one night I went to knit on it, and my baby brain, I forgot how to knit. Usually with lace, I can read my stitches really well, and I know if my bottom stitches, if something doesn't line up, I catch it right away. So one night, I knitted one row, I went to purl the back row, came back, and I had, as you can see, the yarn overs form a V. Okay. I'm trying to spread it out without dropping my stitches. But it's a V. I had a yarn over like over here, or on this side, I don't remember. But it was this random yarn over way over here. Something obviously went wrong, and I didn't catch it. So I undid, you know, that knitting part I did because I went and started the second lace row, and when I got to the second yarn over, that's when I caught it. Well, that's when I kind of glanced at it. I was like, what is this yarn over doing here? So I unknitted that. I knitted the purl row. I knitted the second lace, the initial lace row where I made a mistake. Caught my mistake. I did a knit two together, no, slip one, knit two together, pass stitch over instead of an SSK. Apparently when I slipped that first stitch for my SSK, I decided to knit two together and pass that stitch over. I have no idea. And so I fixed that. I'm like, oh, now everything started lining up, you know, until I get to the very end. And that yarn over is still there. It ends up back there instead of over here. And I was like, what the heck? So I look at it, I undid it again. I knit back, I undid it again. I'm like, what did I do? At some point when I unknitted, I had dropped the yarn over from the row below. So I had to pick up that yarn over, and then it added up. And then I took the knitting and I put it in my bag, and I was like, I am not looking at you for the rest of the day, because obviously my brain was not in a lace knitting capacity. So I didn't do too much on that body, but I did okay on my socks, which is The Winding Way, also by Emily Wessel, out of the same Handmade in the UK book. And I'm knitting size large out of Cascade Heritage sock in the maroon colorway. It's really nice red. And I'm using size 2.25 millimeter needles, my high sharps. With the stitch markers, I knit all this. I finished the leg, and I am starting the heel flap. I did like one row on the heel flap. So I really like it. Let's see the lace. I'm trying to show the lace, but I can't bend my hand the way I'm trying to bend it. I did 1.5 pattern repeats. This is how she says she did it. I kind of did it the same way. That's a really long leg for me. Usually my leg cuff is 5 inches. I think this is 6.5. But because it's lace, I want to show it off. And the second sock is mirrored, so I'm thinking second sock syndrome might not be as bad. It might still suck. And then that wasn't enough projects on the needles. I finished something, I had to cast something else on, right? So I cast it on this free pattern, which I'm amazed that it's free, and I would pay for that pattern. I mean, there's 2 different style hats and 3 different sizes you can make it in. I believe it's 3. Maybe more. I'm pretty sure it's 3. I think it's infant, toddler, and child. I don't think they have adult sizes. But it's called the I Heart Cables hat by, so gonna butcher that name, Justina Norkowska, I think. And this is also my enabling, Plymouth Yarn Encore. In it's 75% acrylic, 25% wool, and the color is 1385. It's hot pink. And I'm making the infant size, and I'm making the one with, it's not just 2 versions. You can make it with ear flaps or without. I think with a pom-pom, or honestly without a pom-pom, I'll make just with the pom-pom away. And then you can put I-cord, and then you can put pom-poms on the I-cords or not. Like, it's very, and it's written for really a beginner. So it took me actually a second to realize what she was saying at some points, because I'm not used to everything being written out like that. I'm so used to, alright, now do this. Like the I-cord, for example, she writes out how to knit. Instead of saying knit this many inches in I-cord, she explains how to knit an I-cord. So that's really good if you're a beginner. It's kind of confusing when you're advanced, or if you have baby brain. And I'm knitting it on US 6 4.0mm and 7 4.5mm needles. I'm almost done with it. So there's a lot of strands because you knit the ear flaps first, which they have a cable on them, and then you knit ribbing, which the ear flaps you knit on 7s, and then the ribbing is on 6, and then this is back on 7s. And the cable just gets smaller with each time you make the cable. It's charted and written, so even if you're new to charts, that might be a way. I'm already doing decreases, the hat decreases. I think I have like 10 more rows to go, and then I'm going to do a pom-pom and an I-cord. You pick up stitches here and here and do I-cord for a certain amount of inches, and then it's going to be pom-poms on I-cord. So I'm having a January baby, and I figured I needed it. I know what she is. My baby girl needs a hot pink hat. I think it's so cute. For free pattern, you can't beat those. I thought that was really, I was amazed. And then you saw my enabling. It's this hot pink yarn barf thing. I had to work from the outside of the ball. I can never find the end in here. Alrighty. What have I watched this week? I didn't add this to my show notes, but I already know the title is probably going to be Yet Another Hobby. Yes. I gotta break for a second. Alright. I listen to a lot of audio podcasts when I'm at work. Actually, that's all I do at work. Well, after listening to music, I listen to audio podcasts. One of the audio podcasts I listen to is Just One More Row with Dana and Brittany. And I lost my train of thought. Alright, the last episode I listened to, which is I think the most current unless they had one just come out, they were talking about cross-stitch a lot. And I followed them on Instagram too, and they've been talking about cross-stitch a lot on Instagram, and especially Brittany. And they got me thinking, I've done cross-stitch once. I did this tiny little cat with a yarn ball. I don't even have it anymore. I don't know. I think I got rid of it or something. Oops, sorry. I almost dropped something. And I was like, I'll give it another go. I don't think I'm going to stick with it though. I'm too impatient. It seems really slow. But I want to show you where my time went this week, because obviously it didn't look like that much knitting. The baby hat I did mostly yesterday. This I did mostly Saturday. So I got this $2 kit at Joann's, of an owl because my nursery is going to be an owl. And this is what I got so far. I thought it came with a loop because it said it came with everything. It didn't come with a loop. The loopy thingy. And I could have got one, but this is so tiny. I was like, I don't need one. So I finished the body and started the inside of the body. The pink stuff because it's a heart and it has hearts inside. And I love the patterns I have for cross stitching, and that's what made me want to pick up cross stitching again. Was they were telling that there's Breaking Bad ones and Doctor Who, and I started going on Etsy and had all these cute owl ones for, you know, my baby's nursery, but it seems to take forever. I don't know. It's like sewing to me, and I'm not a big fan of sewing, so I don't know if I'm going to stick with it. Maybe once in a blue moon. Spinning, I still didn't do any spinning. Of course not. I'm going to my friend's house on Friday, and I was going to take a wheel, but I'm going to keep it a little bit longer until I feel like spinning again. It's the hassle of having to get the wheel. That's all it is. Anyways, to what I've been watching. I watched Breaking Bad yesterday. Oh my god. I think there's only 2 episodes left. 2 or 3. And yesterday was very intense, but I don't really want to talk about it since it's just aired yesterday. Same with Dexter. Dexter was yesterday, and also very intense. They did throw me for that loop where I said that I thought Dexter was turning stupid because they did something obvious and he should have caught on to it, and yeah, I totally put my foot in my mouth. It was not. I thought I knew what was going on. It was not what I thought it was. So I was wrong. And Walking Dead. We finished the 2nd CD. We're waiting on the 3rd CD, which should be here Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. And I hope I get to watch it Wednesday and Thursday so that we can send that one off because I'm not going to be here this weekend. Oh, I meant to mention that I'm hosting a knit along with Tin Can Knits. It runs from August 1st till the end of September, so you have a little bit like 3 weeks, so you still can knock out a hat or mittens or one of the other smaller projects. Heck, probably even baby sweater. I know some people that can knit a whole adult sweater, like Froggy Monkey from Knitting in Circles. She can knit a whole adult sweater in like a week. So 3 weeks, you still have time. And that's all I have. Sorry I'm a little mellow today. I don't know. I got off work and I got into this funk, which is weird. It's usually reverse. I usually at work am in funk, and as soon as I walk out, I'm all cheery. Today I'm like, hormones. Today I've been feeling like I'm in menopause. I keep getting hot flashes. Anyways, you don't want to hear about that stuff. Before I forget again, I meant to say that last week. Thank you so much for the iTunes reviews and star ratings. I finally got to it and checked it. Actually, I checked it like 2 weeks ago after I mentioned that I hadn't checked it. I checked it right away, and thank you so much. They're so sweet, and I really appreciate them. I know I don't say that a lot because I forget. I'm just here for the knitting content, and then I forget what else I want to say as soon as the camera turns on, and then when I turn it off, I remember all the things I meant to mention. So, thank you very much. Alright, that's all I have this week. I hope to see you again next week. Bye!